how good were the 2001 Rahi Titans? Getting enemies for the Toa to fight, they were just colossal, fearsome beasts. It was original, it was beautiful, and it's something that Bionicle could have done more of. But hey, what if each one of these sets got an insanely cool, beautiful revamp? What if they were built better? Well, today let's take a look at some community creations that breathe new life into these marvelous LEGO sets. Let's begin with a childhood favorite of mine, it's the Nui-Jaga. These are made by Jake's Brick Horde. Jake was kind enough to showcase some images here of the revamp right next to the original set. And you get an excellent sense of just how big these have become, and all of that marvelous new armor. Like, look at this, layering in tons of these Knights Kingdom Jaco helmets. That new effect creates this elegant texture. The way that it neatly flows back into these Borok Krana on the tail. Even the way that it ties in with the masks on the pincers. They share a similar shape and texture. It's a match made in heaven. The shaping on this, the texture work, it's next level. Hey, I was talking about some of those Krana. Well, there's one right here on the head. And it appears that they're using some of these red antennae and shoving them inside the eyes. Now, yeah, you could argue that's a bit of an illegal technique, but this is also made of rubber, so it's going to put a little bit less stress on the piece. And even if it is putting stress on the element, dude, who cares? This looks dope. Plus, it's just nice to see people playing around with Krana. People kind of forget about those pieces, and it's a shame because they're so helpful. And they certainly look very pretty. I mean, how good do they look here? And how good do they look here? Even some Krata as well. Krata and Krana all on the one mock. Stunning. Okay, the armor isn't the only thing that's been designed well on these creations. Look at the tails, spamming a bunch of these Exoforce robot arm pieces. There's something about this that feels wonderfully organic, but also feels quite robotic and mechanical. And I think that blend and that balance is something that's very key to Bionicle. So yeah, really striking that balance here was a difficult thing to do. But anytime you can do it, it just elevates the creation so much. The tail on the other Nui-Jaga is equally impressive, making use of some of these old Technic visor pieces from the old Technic figures. Ah, dude, how nice does that look? It's also really impressive how essentially the same design has been replicated in two very different ways using very different techniques. It's one thing to pull off a design well with one specific look, but to be able to do it again in a totally new way, that takes skill. And just look at this face, these piercing eyes. Dude, this is the definition of a great revamp. The Nui-Jaga look amazing. Well, from Nui-Jaga to Nui-Rama, these insect-like Rahi are made by Niels. So here's the original set, if you're unfamiliar with them. They were already pretty big and imposing, but these revamps have made them even bigger and even badder. There's some really fun new additions like the arms, using those minifigure hands to mimic hair or kind of like fur. It feels just like a real insect. Simple, but super effective. And actually, I quite like the gap in the middle of the arm. Something about it feels wonderfully mechanical, but it also feels somewhat skeletal. It's a little unhinged, it's a little creepy. And I mean, come on, these are gigantic bugs that chase around Matoran. Of course they're gonna feel a little bit creepy. It's an unconventional touch, but quite an excellent one. Now the faces. They are similar, using the same mouthpiece, for example, but it's been flipped around, which I think looks good. However, the eyes. These use some custom masks. Yeah, sure, there was nothing wrong with the original mask. But you know, when you're building a revamp, you sometimes want to just add new life, new flair to what you're making. So I think changing up the mask makes a lot of sense. If you happen to have a few custom masks around that are the same color, yeah, you can use them for eyes. But the face on the other Nui-Jaga, I do like this. Really changing it up, not using that Onawa claw, instead using Gresh Star's armor. It fits right in. It feels like a kind of modern upgrade to that original piece. It has an excellent bug-like quality to it. It's wonderful. Genius move right there to use that piece. Oh, I love these guys. So good to see them reimagined. I've always been a fan though of the Manus crabs. And this revamp here, made by Black Pug Mox, well, it's making me love them even more. So the original designs, they had this iconic, classic technic feeling to them. A lot of lift arms, not too much armor, very bare bone. It just feels like Bionicle, it's beautiful. But this, it manages to keep that vibe, but push it a little further. Add in a little bit more realistic crab-like armor, more of a proper shell. And I dig it, it's pretty. The introduction of a lot of these zipline pieces, however, I think that was the perfect thing to just keep that little flair of mechanical. That's all you need, because you don't want to take away too much of that original robotic charm. That's what made the original set so good. Another detail I adore, the inclusion of these Metis fist pieces. People kind of stay away from these elements because they look so obviously like a fist. Using them in any other context, it's just going to look like there's a hand in a weird place. But this doesn't feel like that, does it? It does mimic the qualities that you do see on real-life crab mouths. The other Manus crab is quite terrifying. More teeth, piercing eyes, spikes on the top of the shell. Bro. Yeah, it's a bit different to the original, but I like that. The Manus crabs are meant to be intimidating, powerful enemies. This looks exactly like that. Flipping it around, you'll see that it still has the same base, the same kind of frame. So yeah, the Manus crab would be able to be motorized, which we do like to see. I mean, that was the best part of the set. Nice inclusion to include this little aerial on the back, this antenna. I like the idea that that could play into how the Manus crab moves. Perhaps the Toa see this as a weak point on the Manus crab and they got to take it out. When they do, maybe the Manus crab kind of struggles to move around. It becomes harder for it to judge directions. I kind of like that. Building in a weak point that can be exploited by their enemies. Like you see on dragons with like a loose scale that the noble knight has to stab into to slay the dragon. I see this as something similar to that. Plus, again, it's just another way to add in a little bit more mechanical flair. It's cool. These are so cool. Wonderful work. Moving over to Kane Ra by Patron. Here it is next to Muaka, the original sets. We'll get to Muaka in a second, but for now, we'll just focus on Kane Ra. So, looking at the sets, they're meant to be inspired by a bull and a tiger. And there's some qualities where I can see it, but for the most part, I don't. I always thought they looked like dragons or T-Rexes. So it's nice to see a revamp here that really leans into that and does it well. You know, the ring on its nose, the powerful looking horns. It looks like a bull. Actually, by the way, those horns, I looked it up. In red, they only come in one set. It's a pretty big Nui-Jaga set, and it's kind of tucked away. It's on the back of the weapon right here. So yeah, a bit of a harder element to find, but dude, you can't argue with the results. This looks sick. Something else that looks sick is the inclusion of some of these gift with purchase masks. These specific ones here in black, well, they were Easter eggs on a Monkey Kid set, which is such a cool Easter egg. I have a copy of that set, haven't opened it up yet, but I'm very excited to see that sticker. It's good to see this actually being used on a mock. It's an excellent way to scale down this mask on this smaller scale build. Oh, but my favorite addition, these power miner wheels, embedding them into the torso right there. To me, it looks like some sort of engine. You can just imagine it whirling and turning. I can just see the bull getting ready to charge up as the engine flares to life. Steam starts coming off of it. That mechanical touch is so crucial to revamping any of these Rahi. And this was the perfect way to showcase that. But in contrast, here's Muaka. This new, lean, and very posable tiger body. It's magnificent. The sleek designs, the rounded features. They contrast quite nicely with the treads built into the back of the legs. See, I love that balance of mechanical and organic. How wonderful. And great to also see Von Nebula's shoulder armor right here on the leg. The smooth form mimics the rounded, real look of a tiger or even a panther. Stunning. Our final Rahi today is of course the Terra Carava. Oh, I like this. The original set, it was wonderful. A brilliant punching feature, gorgeous colors. But you know, I think there's a few extra quality of life upgrades that make it even better. For example, kind of armoring up the treads, kind of making it look like scales or skin. Something about this feels so much more snake-like. I see it as a bit of a Yanti, like you see in D&D. Human body, snake legs. Although now he's got these little feet, which almost make him look a little bit reptilian. A little lizard that's standing up and getting ready to punch you. Not something you really see in the real world, to my knowledge, but it works. And see, that's what I like about this. When I look at the original set, I was always a bit confused as to what creature it was meant to be. A kangaroo? A lizard of some kind? I don't know, it doesn't really look like either one. But this, it's a little bit more obvious what it's taking inspiration from. And I think that actually makes it feel more intimidating. It's a strange mechanical hybrid of a lizard of a snake. And now it's got boxing gloves. That's awesome. Speaking of those boxing gloves, it's nice that they have little white claws. An elegant little touch that works. This is so much more intimidating, I love it. But here's Monarth's version of the other Terra Carava, the teal one. This is goofy, this is silly, but I love it. I think this is just a nice reminder that yeah, it can be cool to build a big, intimidating creation that uses a heap of pieces, it's got scary eyes, fun new features, but it's just as much fun to build a goofy-eyed looking creature with little chibi proportions. Sometimes it's easy to take things a little too seriously when you're building. You gotta make it cool and intimidating. No, you don't. Silly, fun, adorable mocks like this, they're equally important, and I think we don't see enough of them. So go on, revamp any of these characters and make them look silly. Make them look funny. I love that. You'll have just as much fun building stuff like this. So how good were those 2001 Rahi? I love them, and I love these revamps. If you want to see even more, take a look at the links below. You can see more creations by the builders I featured today. It might give you some extra inspiration, and that'll be great. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. Unfortunately, I never picked up any of those 2001 Rahi Titans as a kid, but I can get them now as an adult, and that's a good thing.